Have you ever heard of the expression that, yeah man, this guitar's got mojo? Greenie has it. Some people, they buy signature series guitars to try and capture that mojo. Some people buy the 50s, 60s Strats or Les Pauls for this concept. I've never really been into the concept. Same as signature series. You can't buy someone else's sound. The same with a relic. You can't fake the work that's gone into it. So then this guitar shows up on my doorstep. Of all my guitars, I'd say it's not even the best guitar. I'd say, like, I had to look it up to find out what it is. In 30 years of playing, I've never even heard of a CSL. But then, slowly but surely, this guitar becomes like my next samurai sword. So I find out what MOJO is. I realise you can't buy it. So let me tell you the story about this guitar. Okay, for the record, I'm not a superstitious person. I don't believe in ghosts or anything like that. Although I do like a good ghost story. I do like a good horror film. So looking around my house, you might, contrary to belief, think that I am a voodoo princess or something. I'm not. I have no spiritualness in me whatsoever. Funnily, the previous owner of that guitar told me I was very spiritual. I was like, well, okay, fair enough, I'll let you go. But yeah, I'm not a spiritual person. So, I believed mojo was in the head, you know. But yeah, let's get back to it. Before this guitar, I had one guitar. It was Ibanez RG 550. It was 1987, so it's the first production. I've still got it. Luckily, I've got a Luvia uncle that can fix a broken headstock, otherwise it'd kill me. But yeah, that guitar seems to have made it easier. Now, let me show you around the room a second. Okay, so getting back to this guitar. Kind of like Slash and Jessica, it's not even a real Les Paul. Yeah, I walk in a room, I look at the headstock, I see CSI, CSL, not a clue. So I say, never even heard of the name. But can you tell if it's a good Les Paul or not? I look at it, I notice that the body is made of pieces of wood stuck together. We call that a pancake body construction. So we go, okay, so it's not even a solid body. I look at the back, I think, okay, so it's a bolt-on neck, so definitely a budget model. And then I start looking at the stickers, I go, oh, okay, must have been around the block a bit. It's been on more travels than I have. Some of it being in French, and my birth date year sitting right there, 1981. I go, oh, made in Japan. I love a made in Japan guitar. I'm an Ibanez fan, really. So then, but yeah, the mojo of this guitar. Let me tell you how it works. So this is my friend Michael. He used to live upstairs to me. Used to hear him blaring music all the time. We started becoming friends because we fell out because he'd only listen to his stereo between volume 1 or volume 10. And he, being an alcoholic, he never had any concept of time. So I would be breaking his door down at 4 o'clock in the morning and throwing his stereo out the window. But he understood me and I understood him. We was good friends. The music that he did listen to was the music I listened to, which is very rare in London to have another rock guy upstairs, so we can thank him for that. And he was very eclectic. It wasn't just rock. He'd listen to everything. But one thing he couldn't do is play guitar. He had a good voice on him, but he couldn't play guitar. But he had a few instruments lying around him because he wanted to play guitar. But the reality was, he was a bit too much of a wreckhead to learn. But this is where we're going to get to the next MOJO piece. Okay? So, one unfortunate day, my friend upstairs dies. And the family say, can you take us upstairs? Because I had the key for his house and stuff. I said, yeah, okay. Going back to it, I only ever played the same guitar ever since I was a kid, the RG550. Since it broke, my Uncle Bones gave me this Telecaster, which I do love, because I love Crossroads. You see the Crossroads film up there? He gets a Telecaster, and it's a modern player, so that's my daily grind, yeah? And it's probably the most expensive guitar I've got, and also it's the one that goes in and out of a pawn shop, so it's got MOJO in itself because A, my uncle bought it for me, B, it's a Telecaster, so you kind of buy into the MOJO, and yeah, so, but we're going back to this one here. Now, I go upstairs, my friend's a hoarder, so there's rubbish everywhere, the whole place is turned upside down. The irony is he used to draw on his walls with little messages, and I used to find that really homely because you could tell who he was. So that's how I ended up putting CDs on my floor and loads of posters on my walls like it's 90s rave, just so that you kind of see everything I've ever listened to or everything I've seen, etc. I think he really wanted to just get a voice across, really. Like, he'd always shout off his balcony and that lot. And if I was a little bit more mature, maybe I would have known that he was just lonely. But yeah, still a great mate. We used to talk to each other all the time. Hello, Bo. What do you want, big boy? But yeah, he'd tell me everything. I'd tell him everything. I've got the key to his house, for fuck's sake. So then I go upstairs, and in all the junk, about 5 or 6 guitars, and this one, sitting in a corner, shining like a diamond in a goat's ass. They ask me about the guitars, I say I don't even know about this one. It could be great, it could be shit. It's tarnished, but it's in reasonably good condition. The weird thing is, for someone that was a hoarder, the guitar's immaculate. And for someone that don't play, this guitar has been around since 1976. He never showed me it. The frets, you can tell, have been played, and played a lot. And yet it's been obsessively played, you know, because you can feel it. But then you can also, and it's been set up beautifully. Like, it's set up like how I'd always set up a guitar. Some people would say I'm too low, but for me it's perfect. And yet, he had this upstairs the whole time. He didn't tell me. I was his friend for 10 years. I was thinking maybe it's someone else's guitar. And it's been caught upstairs, and one day the man will knock on the door and I'll have to give it back. Whether I could or not now, I don't know. But yeah, so I look it up. Apparently it's Charles Somerville Limited. That's the guitar company, British brand. So I was like, oh, that's nice. It's English. I like to keep it in the country. And then made in Japan, but then it's kind of like the same place that Ibanez make their stuff. I love an Ibanez, so I'm like, oh, that's a little bit better. And then I plug it in. Everything works fine. It sounds gorgeous. I can't put the bloody thing down. And this guitar has real MOJO. So I'm just wondering, like, where did he get it? Why didn't he show me it? How comes I never seen it before? He's never seen it being played before. In a world full of mess upstairs, it was sitting there clean as anything. Everything else has got dust on it. This is perfect. And yet never heard him play. This guitar has been played to death by the frets. It really needs new frets. And yet the body is immaculate. Still got its scratch guard. It's probably worth maybe £500, but it doesn't matter how much it's worth. It's the real mojo of this guitar. I don't even like Les Pauls, and yet I can't get rid of this one. Something about it. I've got to say thank you to Michael, bless you, and I'd really like to know the real story, because now it's just turned into a ghost story and it's possessed, and maybe I'll end up going mad sitting in my same room that looks like the same flat that he's looking in, and then slowly going mad, and then it going to another owner. Who knows?